Gun Talk is brought to you by Nosler, Springfield Armory, and Ruger.
Another area where people really like to argue is 20 gauge versus 12 gauge for bird hunting. We've got both of those here, Chris.
Right, I've got a 20 gauge.
Okay, and you got light loads. We're both shooting number 6s, but you're shooting 7/8 ounces of shot.
That's right. Well, you can only fit so much in here. Now, one thing I do know about this. I know that the more pellets, the more chance that you're going to have to hit something.
Absolutely.
But I do like a 20 gauge, and I've seen people run the 20 gauge, and they break as many birds as me.
That's true. I've got a 12 gauge, 6-shot, but 1.25 ounces, more pellets. And our plan here is to start at 20 yards, shoot some patterns, back up. My belief is at a certain point, you're going to run out of density in the pattern because you don't have as many pellets.
But the patterns should stay the same, correct?
Exactly. The patterns are going to be the same because we have the same choke, but you're just not going to have enough pellets at a certain distance to consistently bring down birds.
So I'm not going to be thick enough. There's going to be holes where birds are going to get through eventually, but you could reach out potentially and touch those because you have a more dense pattern.
That's what we're going to find out.
All right.
All right, let's give it a shot. Here we go. All right.
That looks like a pretty big pattern.
Yeah, we're blowing holes in it with the wad. Let's go see what we got. Okay, got a lot of holes over here on the 12 gauge side. Just if I take that clay, kind of moved it around the pattern, there are no holes that a clay target could get through at that distance with a 12 gauge. What are you seeing over there, Ann?
I'll tell you what, at 20 yards, I'm already coming unglued. My point of aim was really somewhere centered here, but right off the bat in the center, I've got a big hole here where this clay could be missed. I've got another big hole here where I could be missed. Other than that, there's definitely gonna be a chip or a piece, but boy, two big holes.
Of course, now you're shooting cylinder bore. You have no choke whatsoever, you know, and that's a wide open choke. Let's back up a little bit more and see if it really starts falling apart.
I'll be lucky to put any holes in the paper.
Well, we'll build up some fresh paper, we'll see.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know about that 20 gauge with the open choke from back here, man.
Yeah, so I mean, at what distances do you pattern a shotgun, and what choke do you use when you pattern a shotgun?
Patterning's usually done at 40 yards, and
Really?
you get different chokes will give you different percentages of hits in a 30-inch circle. So an open choke is going to give you fewer hits, and a tight choke is going to give you a higher percentage of hits.
40 yards.
40 yards. So if you're going to be shooting up close, you use a wide open choke. If you're going to be shooting out way distant, you want a tight choke so you can put all those pellets in a small
I got a
circle.
feeling this is probably best for home defense or rabbit hunting.
I think so, right up close, or maybe quail hunting where you shoot them at 10, 15 yards.
Okay, real small, fast birds.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, 30 yards, see what we get. 12 gauge first, 30 yards.
That looked like it was pretty tight still. 20 coming up.
Oh man, Chris, with these open chokes, even at 30 yards, they're starting to fall apart. 12 gauge, if I put it right in the center, we're breaking the target, not a problem. We start getting out at the fringes, that'll work.
Yeah,
There's a
great.
hole. Now the edges get a little bit loose, but the 12 gauge is still kind of holding in there at 30.
Yeah, if your aim isn't true, you could possibly miss, but
Yeah.
I was holding center here,
Right?
and that's where my biggest hole is. Right now, you could miss this bird all over in here.
You know, well, what's happening is I just have more pellets than you do.
You can totally tell that because, I mean, it looks almost like I have half
Right.
of what yours has.
Now, and the choke is the same. We're talking about that, and the pellet hits are about that. So the pattern itself is the same. There's just not enough pellets in your shell to fill all that in.
So if I was going to use a 20 gauge and you were going to use a 12 and we were going to do the same sporting clays course, I probably need to choke up.
That's a good way to look at it. Have a little bit tighter choke, and you'll still be able to put pellets out there that'll break targets. Good thought. Well, that was sure interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an eye-opener.
I love the 20, but it's just not a 12.